Hello everyone, Retro Poker Fan here, and as you can tell by the CX bag and the stuff down there, it's another game update, so just get the fuck on with it. So first one I have is two PSP titles, and the first one is Gun Showdown for £2.50 from CX. Most of these are from CX, and that's entertainment by the way. And this is a conversion of the PS2 title game, and I think it's pretty much plays the exact same as the game as the PS2 version, except it's got a bunch of new content that is only available on this particular version, by the way. So I'll be really interested to see how this differs from the PS2 version. But as you can tell, that is complete. Another one, and the second game is Cars for £4, the platinum version, as you can easily tell by the silver thing at the top. The film, I don't really care for the film too much. It's probably one of Pixar's more weaker films, but it's still alright for the most part. But the game, it's actually technically the game itself is not that bad. I think I remember the PS2 version by Rainbow Studios. This is the PSP version that's developed by Locomotive Games. So, but I've not played the PS2 version at all, and I'm not sure how it differs from any of the other versions. So just have to see how it's like, and that is incomplete. And as you can see, there's sort of little thingy at the bottom there. Don't know if that's going to affect the actual game or not. And with that, everything else is PS2 obviously, because that's the only thing I ever do in my bloody life. So first thing is two Lord of the Rings games. So I'll start off with the Two Towers first, because obviously that's second game. This is the first one. Two Towers for 99p off Das Entertainment. Both of them are platinum copies, by the way. So yeah, I think this first Lord of the Rings game based off of the movie, because the first one was Fellowship of the Ring, that was based off the novel, and that game's complete shit. This film is based off of the film. And these are like both hack and slash like games, so these will be really interesting to see how they're like. And the disc is actually, I think, is brand new, because I think it was there was a little thingy there, just I don't know. And there's the second one, Return of the King, for £2, with a little hologram there saying it's official Lord of the Rings film game. And even though it's in the platinum case, this is actually the regular disc in there, and that's incomplete. Next up, favourite childhood game of mine, The Simpsons Hit and Run for £8. Seems to be a bit of a steep price for a game like The Simpsons Hit and Run, but to be honest, I'm quite chuffed I've got it. It's basically Grand Theft Auto Simpsons style. So I'm really glad I got this game. And yet again, it's another platinum version, so it just comes in a white little disc there. That's complete. Next one, True Crime New York City for £1. Obviously the second and last True Crime game. I've actually got the first one right here, True Crime Street of LA. And they got this one for £1, and I believe this is the last one they did, because of the piss poor sales for the games. And that is complete. So the first time I actually got it, I actually got the wrong disc. It was for the other game, Streets of LA. So I had to take this back to CEX, and thankfully I did get the right disc for it, and the manual for it as well. So that's nice. Unfortunately, I'm not impressed with the case though. As you can see, there's a little hole right there, which is why the disc is going to end up falling out all the time when I open the case up, so that's a little bit annoying. I'm just gonna have to find a different case for it, but I'm not complaining for £1. Pretty chuffed. Then I got Scarface, The World Is Yours for £3.50. Now this is a game I do remember playing as a kid. But I do remember playing one time when we were on holiday. So basically we were in this caravan, and they had a PS2 inside and a bunch of PlayStation 2 games, and this ended up being one of them. So basically just enjoyed wasting my time playing this game. Didn't really care about the storyline or anything because it was just a holiday. So yeah, just basically put my time into this game and I enjoyed it for what it is. So, and I'm pretty glad that I've got the full game, so now I can finally see what the actual proper full game is like. Next up, another game I'm chuffed to get. It's Twinsanity, £6. I've heard really good stuff about this particular Crash title, so I'm going to be really excited to see what it is. You probably cannot see very well, but the case itself is actually photocopied. It's not the actual version. You can see that the print's a little bit faded and stuff, and it doesn't fit the case fully. Another thing, there's a little crack on the actual case itself, but it's not a pirate copy or anything because the actual disc itself is inside there, and obviously there's no manual. That's somewhat to be expected. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what this game's going to be like because I think this might be the only Crash game that I've not played for quite a while. So who knows? It could be my favourite. And then last but not least, we have the RPG titles. The first one we have is Summoner for 99p. It says discs £2.99, but I got it from that same as 99p. Don't really have too much to say about this game since I've never heard of it in general, but who knows, it could be fun, could be entertaining. And I was about to say it was a PSP launch title, but no, it actually isn't. This was released in 2001. It says 2000 there, but it's a 2001 game, so it's not a PSP launch title. And it is complete as well. Next one is The Bard's Tale for £2.50. Obviously it's got nothing to do, not really a lot to do with the older 80s games. I think this is more of a take on the newer ones. I'm not entirely sure, but I believe this was also released for the PC and Xbox as well. Could be wrong with the Xbox one, but I do know it was released on the PC. And for a really disturbing image, flip disc over. Let's see what's on the other side. Fingerprints, that's the most shocking image I've ever seen in my bloody life. But it doesn't really matter, the game's gonna still work anyway. And the last game, which is one that I'm really happy to have gotten, is Dragon Quest: The Journey of the Cursed King for £6. First Dragon Quest game ever released on the PlayStation 2, and I think it's the only one for that matter as well, I believe. Could be wrong on that, but I think it might be the only Dragon Quest game ever made for the PlayStation 2. And yet again, like the Lord of the Rings one, it's in the platinum case, but it's just the regular disc on the inside, and it is complete. The manual, as you can see, it's a bit ripped up, but it doesn't really matter in my opinion, as long as the manual itself is still readable, which it is. I'll still keep it anyway. So that's it for the regular PS2 game update. Take care, and as always, thanks for watching. Take care.